All right. We got the red. We got the red. Good. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. Today, we're talking about something that is really fun for both of us because I think it is a pinnacle point in our little community, and we've got some things to say about it. How you doing, Dave?
Oh, tired. Tired tonight. It's we're on a 2 hour difference, so
Yeah,
trying to squeeze this in at times gets a little difficult, but we make it happen.
we're going to make it happen. I think that you and I are both really excited about this topic in particular,
Oh yeah.
just because of what it is. Um, how do we preface this without? Well, maybe let's ruffle some feathers.
That's what we do best.
We feel that um, consumerism is at an all-time high. Let's put it that
Hmm.
way. Um, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think living the James Bond lifestyle has become a little bit too materialistic. What is your take on that portion of our little
So
community?
sometimes I feel like I don't know if this is going to ruffle feathers. I'm sure it will. If you want to be in the cool kid group, you've got to either own an Omega or a piece of what is it, NPO or Olive Bar Brown or anything like that. And honestly, man, like I always thought the Frugal Bond videos were the best. I always enjoyed. I
Absolutely.
don't know. It's kind of like it's fun to go thrifting or try and find something at decent price. Like uh, I don't know. I've had a lot of luck just thrifting for Bond.
I
And
agree. One of the first videos I actually popped up through YouTube was a Frugal Bond video by that one Bond guy. Um, he,
oh yeah, he's good at that. He's a
yeah,
thrifter, man.
I can't even remember. I think it was a Dr. No shirt that he found. He styled
Mm.
it extremely well. It was a super simple video, and oh, I fell in love with it. It was so good. Just so
Dude,
simple.
same way for me with the Bond experience, man. I sat there and when I first got into the Bond community, I literally watched every one of his Frugal Bond videos, and those are some of my favorite ones to watch.
Yeah. What is
Like
it about those videos that draws us in, though? Because help me work
simplicity,
through it.
just
Is it
simplicity. I mean, it's like when you go to try and run these Frugal Bond moments or thrifting for Bond, it's almost like
mm,
an adventure. So you're almost like you're living a 007 moment. Like it's what do we love about 007? The adventure, right?
yeah,
So like to me, it's like a little going on a little adventure. Like for instance, going to Target, man, I always get excited. I'm like, what am I going to find today? I think we were on the phone the other day and I found I think you have one. What shirt is it, man? Enjoying Death. It's like
yes,
spot on.
Skyfall.
So
Yeah,
it's fun. I don't know. It draws me in because it's exciting. I don't know. Going and spending $400 on a sweater just doesn't feel exciting to me. But walking into a store, maybe finding something that'll bring that Bond moment on is kind of fun.
I agree. That I post on my Instagram story all the time. It's almost guaranteed when I go to the thrift store, Goodwill, Savers. Um,
You'll find something.
I'm gonna find something,
Well,
whether
hey,
it's a $1.99 VHS or
well, you got to use it brings out that imagination too, like you're kind of transported. Like when you find that movie or piece of clothing or shoes or watch, whatever it might be, right? I don't know.
escapism.
Yes, it's fun. Exactly. Escapism. Yes, agreed.
Escapism is better tasting, in my opinion, when
Hmm.
it's more natural and more grounded. I should say. when you spend money or the lack thereof. Yeah, there's just something about, I mean, personally, it's just financial responsibility for one. But being able to
Yeah.
enjoy escapism for
Look,
pennies or on a budget, it feels good.
I don't know. I think we had this conversation before. I got sucked into like having to need, and there's, don't get me wrong, like there's certain things that like I wouldn't mind having that, you know, don't qualify as the frugal bond, right? So like
Yeah, examples.
eventually I would like to have the Sunspell Riviera polo. Just that's like a staple. And honestly, like, dude, like $100 for a freaking shirt is like, it's wild, but like that's something that I can be like, okay, I can splurge a little bit on, or even, down the road. Of course, like my favorite Bond watch is the No Time to Die Omega, which comes in at a price tag of most used vehicles. So
Yeah,
it's like,
two of
it's
mine.
just as hard. So, but those are the two things that I'm like, maybe one day, I don't know. Like you've got two young kids, I've got three young kids, and man, it's not in the cards. So I think
No,
that we're in need of some more frugal bond, and we need somebody else to take that. Uh, what do you call it? That
take the
baton
mantle,
and
take
run
the
with
reign.
it. Yeah, exactly. Just take the baton and run with it. So we
I
need
think
we need more of that.
yeah, there's a little bit of a stigma right now. I feel that maybe it's a little looked down upon or
Hmm.
frowned upon to. It's like that. How do I describe this? Uh, I really don't have a good example of how to describe it, but I feel like there's a little bit of a stigma with the community. People are fully engaged in I'm going to wear a Tom Ford suit. I'm going to wear an Omega or a Rolex. I'm going to travel to the finest places. And that's the only valid response of
Well,
living the lifestyle.
I'm curious to see. I mean, obviously we know, David from the Bond experience has a family,
Hmm.
and I don't know. He's pretty cool about it, though. One thing I do appreciate about him is he doesn't tell you that he's pretty like, obviously he, does all the marketing for their clothing and whatnot, right? But I don't feel like he's one of the ones that are kind of like, make you feel like you're out if you don't own, you know what I
No.
mean? The
And
$1,000 pea coat from Skyfall or whatever it might be.
maybe we should preface like the whole video by saying if you have the means to appreciate those nicer things, by all means, send it because somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to
Hmm.
hold on to those true blue items because we're literally talking the physical aspects
Well,
of James Bond, right? If you have the ability to experience those things, send it. Like that's cool. Good on you. I just I think there's just a lack of the other side at the moment. It's just not as
hmm.
popular to try and have that escapism, like we talked about, within everyone's own personal means.
Well,
And so
let's
that's what
get
we should
real
try to
here,
bring
dude.
back.
Let's break down good old Bondy boy, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
when we see Bond outside of work, his retirement or whatever you want to call it, the dude's always dressed down. He drove that busted ass Defender 110 and No Time to Die. He's
Yeah, he
always,
was in
he's,
jeans and a button-up
yeah, but
beach shirt.
like the dude is simple, man. Like he's got, look, I think that every man should, at some point in life, own a very nice luxury watch because, like, that's something that's an heirloom. You know what I mean? Watches are a
Hmm.
great investment. They don't lose their value, and that's something you can hand down to your kids. Like, he's got his nice watches, but he's in like you said, jeans and a button up, and he's in jeans and a button up in Skyfall when he's retired. Like, I don't think the dude obviously likes the finer things in life, but I still think he's more of a simple kind of dude, and this is why, like, I think that we should make being like Bond affordable again.
I agree. Well, I mean, I think we've been hinting at a lot of, well, just for our own personal conversations, we draw upon Daniel Craig's version of James Bond a lot because he really brought style and
Laid back.
the names of style into fruition for the franchise. But even if
Hmm.
you go back, like let's say Thunderball, Sean Connery, uh,
Oh
even
yeah.
in his relaxed fits, I mean, for the era, he even had a relaxed fit, slacks and a polo, which he rolled the sleeves up because it's more comfortable when it's hot, right? Like
Hmm.
the persona of James Bond is you act Agent 007 when it's Agent 007 time. You wear the suit, you look the part, you act professional, but in his off season, he is relaxed. He's wearing the tightest swim trunks you would ever dare to wear at a pool
Right. Yeah.
and a shirt at best or a comfy beach robe, like
Hmm.
he's all about comfort. And honestly, in a lot of scenes, I don't think we pick up on it a lot, but James Bond's flat, it's nothing special in any of the series, whether it's Roger Moore or Sean Connery, where we see him in his home. It's filled with his own escapism. You see little things that they've put on the wall, whether
Unpacked
it was
boxes
intentional or
in
not.
Skyfall. Or was it
He was,
Spectre? No,
yeah.
Spectre. Unpacked boxes. Yeah.
Spectre,
Hmm.
he's living out of boxes. He has one couch in his living
Oh,
room. So it's
oh.
like simplicity is who he is. He doesn't live a frivolous life uh, in his real life, if that makes sense.
Right.
And I think there's been a little bit of a loss of vision to that. Um, we can bring it
Well,
back pretty easily too.
I was gonna say, let's go and bring it. Let's bring it back. Let's touch on some of these topics we had mapped out for tonight. See if we
Absolutely.
can light some fires.
So I think the wardrobe, um,
Hmm.
trying to mimic that, uh, that could split sides with people pretty easily.
Oh.
Um, you mentioned Sunspell, right?
Hmm.
Um, I I cannot, in good conscience, spend that much on a shirt, on a polo that almost guaranteed probably won't fit me after a couple of washes if I screw something up, if I don't hang dry
That's
it or
so
something.
funny. I was literally about to say the same damn thing. Like, wife will definitely shrink it up. No doubt about it. Will shrink
Right.
that shirt or something. Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
with you. No, I agree.
that hurts. That hurts a lot. So instead, let's go to Target and what's the brand? Goodfellow and Co. or something from Target.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a Target around them. They sell these slim polos, which
I,
a little bit brighter navy blue, but
I
the
was going to
vibe
say,
is
I haven't
there.
been able to find a navy blue one. I can only find the black or something along the lines of that. But like, I cannot find a navy blue one, and that would be the perfect, I think, uh, replica of that shirt if you can find it in that color. I've got a
Yeah,
black one and a white one. I even think I might have a gray one, and I love them. I think they're so comfortable. They stretch, like they're just great. Target
yeah,
really
they
nailed it.
they feel good, and they're
Hmm.
$10. I think I got a couple more because I got extras because I'm losing
Okay.
weight and so I want something smaller. I think they were like $8 when I bought one.
Mm,
So I I could easily spend that kind of money on a polo. And at the same time, with my full intentions in mind, now I get that escapism every time I just get dressed in the morning. And it's,
hmm
something regular. Now, you can do that for like every single one of the outfits that you ever see Bond Boy in. I've tried to make that pretty obvious and clear with my Instagram posts. Not a single, well, okay, I should rephrase. I maybe have one or two authentic pieces from actual retailers of the franchise, if that makes sense. I'm wearing one right now, the SIS polo, or the
hmm
SIS brand, not the
I've got
polo,
a
but
few
the
things
long
from
sleeve.
him. I've got the shorts, I've got a t-shirt, and I've actually got two pairs of sweatpants. By the way, that is a dude that is about his business. I didn't
Oh
even
yeah.
notice it. So the first pair of sweatpants I got, I posted a picture of. I didn't notice they missed one of the S's on the SIS embroidering it.
Oh,
He messages me and he's like, send me your address. I want to go ahead and send you a free pair because that's our bad. And honestly, I was like, I don't care. It's like not a big deal to me at all. But he
that's awesome.
made that right and I didn't even ask for it. And, like solid dude, lots of conversations with him. So
Uh huh.
his stuff's
Yeah.
also 100% cotton. So you're not getting a bunch of bullshit microplastic. So sorry.
Hmm.
I know we're trying to work on the language on this so YouTube won't, you know,
That's all right.
monetize us. So,
I mean, no, you're right. I mean, this is a comfy shirt. I wear this
right. That's
all
what
the
I'm
time
saying.
working
I
out. I
actually had to
mean,
pass, I had to pass mine down to the wife, my t-shirt. It's no longer fits.
you know what? There's nothing wrong with seeing our Bond girls in some James Bond
Yeah,
gear.
we've had,
So
what's his name is up, what's his name's been doing that a lot. Double O Leo, man.
yeah,
He's on it. Yeah, dude, he is on it. Smart man.
great content. Oh yeah, he's killing it
Ugh.
on Instagram. Him and his wife
hmm
both. So yeah, I mean, there's some things where it's just hard to mimic it. I mean, if you scroll back far enough in my Instagram post, you'll see, for example, I did the Casino Royale Madagascar chase scene outfit. I think I nailed it pretty good with the shirt
Where'd
I
you
found
find
on
that at?
Amazon. It was just an
Amazon?
Amazon
Okay.
shirt. Yeah, it cost like $12.
You know what?
It's the same
S-
color, Hawaiian shirt
Speaking of
vibe.
speaking of that, do you think that Amazon, now that they own the creative rights to Bond, do you
Mm.
think it's possible that they're going to kind of maybe help out with that frugal bond and make things more affordable for us? Like take
Yeah.
clothing
I
and
think they're
I don't
gonna
know.
capitalize on it, unfortunately, because
Damn it.
I've been looking at the Magnoli clothers. Um, they're a sweet company as well. That's who I got my actual Casino Royale Madagascar
Who is
button
it?
up. Magnoli clothers. I don't know how to say
That's
it.
been around for a while, right?
Yeah, a long time. And
Okay,
they
I
are
think I've read about them.
extremely accurate. Yeah, they
Okay.
have great quality stuff, and it's expensive. If I'm being honest, again, it's up there, but I wanted the authentic
Who else?
Madagascar shirt, so I got it.
You've got Royal Filmware. He's
Hmm.
like he's a little expensive, but the dude's like really getting after it. I think he's one of the few that's got the Morocco jacket that everybody's been wondering about.
It is accurate too. Yeah, it's
Very,
so good
yes.
looking. So, I mean, those little things, sometimes you just can't quite nail it, but I think
hmm
that's missing the point. The point is, can you get that escapism? Can you get that little, mwah, touch of
hmm
James Bond in your life without blowing the bank, right?
Target.
Target, Goodwill.
Target. I'm
Sometimes
sorry. Target is my spot, man. They're getting a little pricey though.
a little bit, yeah, but they have good
They're,
quality stuff for. I mean,
Dude, I
I
wear,
would say a
oh,
decent
hey,
fair price.
Old Navy. I
Yeah,
got my quantum pants when he's talking to what's his name in the Kerrigan. Man, I don't know. I'm like half retarded tonight. No sleep.
like in
Mathis when he's talking
Mathis.
to Mathis. Yes, and it is it in? Are they in Italy? I think they are, right? Vienna,
Mhm.
Italy, right? Okay, yeah. Those pants, I found them at Old Navy. Dude,
All
so
right.
comfortable, so stretchy, and I wear them all the time. They're my church slacks, or even when I'm just rolling around because they're like the khaki jeans. So
There you go.
I mean, there's so many different places to shop for this stuff. You can get the chinos from there. Like, there's just so much. I've gotten. I tried to mimic Craig in Casino Royale at Casino Royale when he's walking with M to go look at what's her name wrapped up in the hammock on the beach when they introduced the Sunspell Riviera, like those khaki pants that he had. I got some linen ones that look just like it. So like it's possible, man, like to find all of these affordable options, you know. And like I said, David was a killer at it, man. Those videos, those are some of my favorite videos when people were doing the frugal bonds. Like I just feel like it used to be so simple and there's something like intimate about, you know, our community back in the beginning. And now I don't know, I feel like it's gotten so big and which is good, man, because like everybody I meet's really cool, but I feel like we're losing like the essence and bond with, you know what I mean, trying to keep up with some of the brands, you know.
Yeah, and I think we're bordering on a little bit of a cringy cosplay
Mm-hmm.
at some certain times. You know, like we have
Agreed.
to. There comes a point where the escapism we need to keep ourselves in check. We need to make sure
Yeah,
we're not
and that's
totally
like I
going
said,
overboard.
dude. We were texting back and forth the other day. Like I almost pulled the trigger on a Planet Ocean
Mm,
and had the cash to do it, and you were even like, don't do it. You don't need it. Don't do it. And I ended up not doing it, but
yeah.
I'm guilty too, man. I fall into the trap all the time.
Oh my gosh. I mean, so my problem is with the firearms of James Bond, um,
Yeah.
because there's no. I mean, there's knockoff guns. You can find knockoff
Well,
guns anywhere, but
who makes a affordable Browning high power?
Gersan,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Girsan, Gersan, Turkish,
Yep.
and I have one of those. It is like stupid accurate to the actual Browning high power. It uses the same parts, the
Well,
same framework. You can
what?
literally flip flop parts with the actual Browning high power.
Let me ask you because this is going to be your this is going to be where you can really hit it out of the park with helping people out with this frugal bond firearm EDC. Why don't you take
Hmm.
over on this and because I don't know what would be and I'm a gun guy too, but I don't know what would be a good like frugal gun for say a PPK or P99 or whatever it might be like. I don't know if you have any input on that. Go ahead and throw it out there 'cause I don't.
Absolutely. The first gun I ever bought was the Bursa Thunder 380. Bursa is an Italian brand that is a really good copy of the Walther PPKS. I would actually wager it has better ergonomics and
Mm-hmm.
better internal features than the actual PPKS itself. It's more rounded. The alloys that they use are stupid strong. I beat the crap out of that Burst of Thunder. It has an internal locking mechanism, which essentially makes it a paperweight with this little key. It literally has a key lock on it, which is super cool. Um, I think I paid a little less than 280 or 280 to $300 on that thing compared to a
And
Walther
what's a
PPK as
PPK
nowadays.
going to run you?
Oh boy. I just went into my old shop the other week. I think I was looking at $7.99 for the black one. And then
Yeah,
for
the
the
blue.
32 ACP, it's the new one is even more than that. Like, are you kidding me? Uh, it's ridiculous. And I am, unfortunately, this is where I fell victim is I do have the PPK. I have the Beretta 418. I have the Walther P99. I have the VZ61, the SIG 226. All those are really expensive guns, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I decided to fork out the money for them. But in my opinion, those are the investments I want to make. Now, if you're trying to save money, but you still want that vibe, let's talk about. So for the PPK, we have the Bursa 380.
Hmm.
For the Walther P99, Canik or Chunik out of Turkey, the Canik TP9 series is
Oh yeah, that
literally the P99.
TP9SF is the P99, except for
It is.
it's not double single though. Or they do make one.
You can get it in double single. Yep.
That's right.
Um,
Dude, Canik's a badass. They're fucking awesome. Those
Great.
TP9SFs are tits, man. Like
Oh
they're
yeah.
great guns. You know,
I,
I've carried one for years.
they're so affordable too. So this hurts. My P99 AS cost just about $1,000 out the door. It did come with a bunch of stuff in it. I could have
Yeah,
got the TP9 SF
could have got
for,
three of them.
yeah, like
Yeah.
exactly
Mhm.
$300, $400
Mhm.
in some cases.
Mhm.
And it comes
Yeah.
with a crap ton of stuff in the box. Like we're
Yeah.
talking holsters, cleaning kit, 3 mags,
Dude, Canik's
swappable
awesome,
plates,
man. Well,
keychains.
everybody,
Yeah.
here's the deal. Like, everybody wants, like, the PDP, right? Everybody's moving to these, like, newer
I
guns.
hate it.
Dude,
I hate that
get a,
gun.
get a Canic rival if you're going to
Yeah.
go that direction. Because, well, Canics, everything, it's made out of, their guns are made out of the same metal that they built their airplanes with and helicopters with over there. It's good
Hmm.
stuff. So
Good
don't sleep
quality.
on the Canics. Right. I like where you're going with this. Um,
Um, I mean, what's another popular Bond gun? Um, the 226. That one's pretty popular. Um, there's a bunch of clones that you can get from SIG, or not SIG, but from other companies comparable to SIG.
I was gonna say,
Um,
I'm a SIG fanboy.
yeah, Gerson again, pre-mentioned. They have a version. There's another one. I believe it's the T-Rex. Um, that
Yeah.
one is a little
Hmm.
bulky. It's not
What
my
about the
favorite, but
A-Rex? Is it what? No, is it the
A-Rex, that's what it
AWACS?
is. Yeah,
Yep,
I'm pretty
A-Rex.
sure it's
Hmm.
the A-Rex. No, you're right.
Okay.
Um, I, the short of it is, you can still have that vibe, um, regardless of. I mean, we can if we switch gears to watches or the clothes. I mean, there's always going to be some sort of an off-brand or a uh, a budget option for you. I just
Let's shift
want
gears
people to.
here. Let's go into watches.
Okay, yeah. So what are you wearing right
So
now?
I'm actually not wearing anything related to Bond. I'm just wearing. I don't know. I haven't worn these watches in forever. I found my little. I've been really digging the leather straps lately. So
Hmm.
I have two fossils that are leather straps, and the other one is a battery, or I'd be wearing it right now. But the other one that I own, that's like this. I
Hmm.
swear I've had a $3,000 Omega, and I've gotten more compliments off my fossil than with any Omega I've ever owned. Nobody knows what that is,
Isn't
and
that
honestly,
funny?
nobody gives a shit what it is. So it's like, I don't know. It's cool when people notice it, but man, like, I don't know. I think I'm wearing Just wearing a simple little fossil, man, and I don't know, super
Yeah,
comfortable. It's pretty durable. I like the illumination's pretty sweet. It kind of looks like an Aquaterra when it's illuminated.
there you
Um,
go.
a good, I think my favorite brand of, I guess, paying like a homage to like the Bond watches is Pagani Design. I've had the Seikos.
Hmm.
As you know, I broke one recently. I had it for about a year. The band is
Yeah.
fucking awesome, freaking awesome. Sorry. The band was great. I don't know if I dropped it and a little piece of glass got stuck in the motor or whatnot, like the little mechanism in there, but it doesn't work. But my
Dang it.
Pagani Design, my No Time to Die, is probably my favorite watch that I own, and I would wear that over
Well,
my Omega.
for the audience that doesn't know, Pagani Design is just a uh, let's
Japanese
call
watch,
it
right?
a yeah. They use the NH35A in a lot of their watches, which is a Seiko movement, and then they just throw it into a similar case. Comparative to the other watches out there, most of you would consider it a homage watch, but in reality, it's just a reskinned Seiko, which is in reality it is a Bond brand if we wanted to go that route. Now, I'm wearing a Seiko
Yeah.
PD today, um, with the rubberized strap because I've been working on the motorcycle and stuff, and I didn't want to bang up one of the nicer watches. I have also
Yeah.
had the experience as you have where I get more compliments on my watches that I've built comparative to the watches that are just out of the box that
Hmm.
any other watch guy would recognize maybe. um, it's weird how people don't even care. Really, we had this conversation the other day. You said the very first time you watched Casino Royale, you were like, "Oh, that's a dope watch," or was it? And I said the same thing about GoldenEye. I was like, "Oh, look at that! That watch has a laser in it." Did
Dude,
I know it was an Omega? No.
no, I had
Did
no
you?
idea, man. Like, I was literally just chasing a stainless steel watch with a blue uh, dial. That was
Yeah,
it. Outside of that, I had no fucking idea what it was. I'm like, now
exactly.
I get into all these brands, but like, dude, since, yeah, I was 18 years old, I chased that watch and I finally figured out what it was. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it was cool, man, having that watch. I had, and I could afford it at the time, and I just had really bad buyer's remorse. But
Yeah,
I'm telling you, just driving down the road when you're just driving and you just kind of like, you turn the wrist a little bit and hands on the wheel. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty awesome having that watch. So like,
right.
I don't know, falling into the trap, but it was cool that, like obviously, like you said, Pierce has worn it. Craig wore a newer version of it in Casino Royale, the 300 diver. I don't know. It was cool having it, but at the same time, like man, like I enjoy this little dinky ass. Probably cost me $60 watch. Like I don't know. It just
Yeah.
works. It's comfortable and it's cool. So what else do we got in the bag here that we can
I
touch
mean,
on?
just as a brief tangent, EDC, everyday carry, is a kind of
Hmm.
a big thing in our community. They're kind of synonymous. There's a
Yep.
huge everyday carry community online,
Hmm.
um, but of course, James Bond is all about the gadgets, right? Um, I personally love the gadgets, and my pockets are constantly full. I'm just curious, on a daily basis, what do you carry in your pockets or on your person?
Well, I don't carry any of the Bond guns, but I carry either they call them hand grenades, the P320s, because you just really don't know what they're going to do. But I still just, I don't know, still do it. Or I carry Glock 19. What is it? The CRKT Sting, and usually a tourniquet of some sort. Or I've got my book bag with, you know, all types of trauma kits and multiple. tourniquets, and then keys, phone, wallet, the usual. Maybe a spare mag. I'm pretty minimalist.
Sweet. The
No
reason I
gadgets
ask
though.
is, yeah, I am curious about what everybody else is carrying in their pockets in the community, if it has an homage to James Bond or,
The CRKT. I mean, every time I
yeah,
carry that, I think about Slade getting cut in the jugular with it. So,
there's tons of little tiny moments you can have with just
mhm.
something in your pocket. For me, I've got actually wouldn't you know I emptied my pockets right before we started, but I mean on my keys, um, I've got my key as well as the covert instruments covert companion lockpick set. So this little keychain here has it's essentially a key to the city and a key to my car at the same time.
Yep.
Sitting right next to it, I have one of these little um, pocket flashlights. This thing is stupid small, but I think it's made by Rovivon is the name. It's just off Amazon. It's a $20 flashlight, but this thing is stupid bright, and I use it
Well, you don't
every day.
you don't carry a you don't carry a weapon you don't carry a weapon light on your pistol.
I do not. No. For other aspects of my life, I do. But let's say in my off season, I do not. I am very used to drawing with my non-dominant hand and using kind of two-hand approach to it. This does have a magnet on it, and I have magnetized it to the bottom of my gun before, but that's in a
That's cool.
last-ditch effort.
Josh is an old soul. I'm more of the
Yeah,
new age nitty gritty. So,
I do not like the new gun tech out there. Well, I
mm-mm.
mean, I can tolerate a lot of it, but it's just not for me. I like old school iron sights. That's all I need.
And
That's
I'm the
just kind of
dot
the way I
guy.
was raised.
I like I don't know. I'm a kit nerd, so like I like the new, and that's about the only thing in my life I like new and improved is firearms or accessories or anything like that. But I mean, outside of that, I think this is why we're all drawn to Bond though, because we're more old souls when it comes to certain things.
I think
Just
so.
being
Yeah.
good old gentlemen, taking care of yourself, looking nice, and you know,
Right.
um, what else we got here?
So moving on from that, I just, as a final note, the things that I carry in my pocket, um, I want to have those little spy-esque moments throughout the day. So if I do look at at my watch, or if I do some dry fire, or I pull out my keys and I see my lock pick set, like it kind of just gives me a little, yeah,
A
that's I
little
carry that because
escapism.
it's
That's the whole point, right?
escapism. Exactly. It's
Hmm.
all coming back to just what we love so much about the franchise and the character Bond himself. So, we talked a little bit about watches.
So watches,
Is there,
EDC.
yeah, is there anything we wanted to add before we go onto the next bullet point I've got here? Hopefully,
I mean,
it's sparked.
watches.
Yeah,
Go.
go.
I was just saying with watches. I mean, I've only been able to find those two brands that I think are like, because you can get like, they make a Spectre.
Hmm.
They make obviously the No Time to Die. I have seen the Casino Royale. Um, I've seen some Speedmaster clones. I've seen like a whole bunch of stuff. And like I said, I beat the shit out of that watch. I mean, I use it. I own a pool cleaning business, so like I'm constantly banging it on something, or it's in the water, or it's got chemicals on it, or whatever else it might be. Right? I mean, I
Right.
whooped its ass, and it still just keeps ticking. And I have not broke the band. Um, So yeah, I don't know. I give it a 10 out of 10 for if you are looking for an affordable option to something like that. I mean, that's great.
Going along with that and the gadget aspect of it, I think a lot of us in the community, uh, we have that tinker kind of a tick.
Hmm.
We want to, take things apart, put it back together. We want to build things, create things. A lot of our Instagram friends and YouTube friends, they are creators in a way or another. For me personally, I can't justify spending even $1,000 on a watch. It hurts a lot. So I chose for a couple of my watches, and now I will say I have invested a pretty penny in watches, but my favorite ones to wear are the ones I've actually built. My uh, Dr. No, kind of a clone Rolex that I built out of again, a Seiko NH35. Uh, Super comfortable, super accurate. And every time I look at it, just the NATO strap with the greens and the reds just reminds me of Sean Connery. And
Takes you
it
back to
just,
1962.
yeah, it gives me just a little that feeling once again. Um, there is the opposite side of that where there's a lot of watches that you can find out there that aren't knockoffs. They aren't homage watches. They're the actual watch, but on a good price point. One example is the what I recently picked up, the Gruen Precision. I got a Gruen Precision. I think it's the 512 Sunburst. Um, I found it on eBay for like, I want to say I didn't spend more than $180 on it. And that's the watch he wore in the very first movie, Sean Connery. And I threw a new leather strap on it, polished it up a little bit, and I love wearing that watch. It's very
Very,
vintage, very old
yeah,
school,
it's elegant.
and not expensive. Like that was not
Yep.
expensive. I've spent more building watches than I did on that watch.
Right.
So it's not to say that those little true brands aren't out there for a good price point. Um, they're out there, and you can find them. Um, Going along with the style, let's talk about grooming and personal health, uh, personal
Hmm.
fitness, and just how we present ourselves. You can wear a real nice suit, but if you don't feel good on the inside, or at least feel good putting that suit on, there's going to be a problem, in my
Yep.
opinion.
Agreed.
Um, a good haircut, brush your teeth in the mornings, make sure that you wash your face, you wash your feet, and wash
Yep.
your cracks.
Yep.
you
Hmm.
know,
Agreed. Yeah, you want to smell good. You don't want to. Yeah, it's all part of the bond lifestyle. And
and I
there's, like
think
I said, there's frugal ways to do that too.
yeah, feeling good as well is a big one. We've had this discussion a little bit before, and hopefully we can get it recorded next time. But uh, the fitness aspect of it
Hmm.
can get really expensive. Planned diets, gym memberships, personal trainer memberships, pills to keep you on track, all that stuff can get really expensive. How
Hmm.
do we how do we have a fit lifestyle and grooming habits? I'm going to lump those into one on a budget. I think you have a
So
pretty good say on this one.
fitness, I mean, you don't, I don't think anybody needs a trainer at this point with the internet. You can find pretty much anything
Mm,
on YouTube. So that's free, right? And then
agreed.
you don't need a membership to get fit either. You can go like, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I've got a gym, a full gym set that like, and I'll post it one day. If you check my Instagram, you'll see it. But It's like $300 for the whole cage. I had the weights, so like you're gonna pay for the plates, right? But
Hmm.
all in all, like you're gonna spend $1,200 on a gym membership or better for the year, maybe more, and you can get this whole setup that I've got for probably like $500, so 50% less. And if you don't even want to spend that, you don't need any of this either. You can run, just get your 10K steps in, push up,
Hmm.
sit ups. You can buy, I've got whenever we do our fitness episode, I'll give all this rundown like in depth, but I've got resistance bands, man. They're like 25, $30 in Watterson. I mean, look, I think I've got this book right here.
Yeah, it's not sitting right back behind you.
So let me see here. This right here, dude, it was like $24, and it's got like everything you can want. Like it demonstrates everything for you. Like there's just so many different like free to very, affordable options. Like, dude, this book's amazing. Like if you're not trying to like be some crazy bodybuilder or some fitness model and you just want to be like fit and healthy, dude, here you go right here. It's all you need. 10-week challenge. It gives you workouts for 10 weeks, man. You can't beat it. And then
Perfect.
um, you got this book too. I mean, this goes over everything that everything he did with his clientels. I mean, not just Daniel Craig. I think he trained like Jake Gyllenhaal and like a bunch of other dudes too. And like, he's just a super smart guy, but cheap.
Sweet.
And I'm pretty sure he works out with the resistance bands too. And there's just so many affordable options to do it if you don't want to spend the money. Grooming wise, I mean, dude, just take a shower, brush your teeth, like you said. Just make sure you're not, go get a haircut every 3 to 4 weeks. Like it's affordable to keep up with that stuff, right? Clip your
Eat less
fingernails,
sugar.
whatever.
Yep. Eat less
Yeah.
sugar. Eat
Yep.
more protein. Have a
Mm-hmm.
glass of
And
milk if you can.
intermittent fasting, shit, man,
Hmm.
milk. I spent a week on like we're on this. We eat everything
Oh,
we eat is raw. So I'll be honest with
yeah.
you, the way that we eat is not very cost effective, and it sucks because my
Very much
wife will
so.
spend almost $40 a week on milk. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I know. That's why I don't own an Omega, by the way. Thanks. So
freaking milk.
I've got to buy
Oh,
raw
crap.
milk, raw cheese, raw honey. Like shit adds up, man. And
Yeah.
but look, I say this, and I'll leave you guys, everybody, with this, with the whole health thing, and we'll get way more into the detail and nitty gritty of this. But
Very much
you're
so.
either going to pay for it now, or you're going to pay for it later in life. It's up to you how you want to pay up.
Yep.
So
The
keep that in
whole,
mind. What you put in your
we're
body.
here for a, yeah, we have a
We're
mindset
here for
right
a
now.
good
And I
time,
think,
not a long time, right?
yeah, but I think we should change that a little bit because I think we should be here for a good long time. Both, you know,
Well, watch what you put. You got to
like
watch what you put in your body. Like
make the best
uh,
of what you've got right now. Yeah,
we'll have a great conversation about fitness one sometime soon. We'll
absolutely.
we'll
Yeah,
dive
just,
really into that.
yeah, my quick perspective on it is exactly the same. I don't like going to the gym. I hate going to the gym. It's just a crappy environment for me. So instead, I have my jujitsu mats. I lay those out. I've got my punching bag. I'm a huge advocate of body weight workouts. You only need your body.
Calisthenics, man. The truth.
Calisthenics. Yep.
Hmm.
And that's how, I mean, if we want to do comparatively, I mean, James Bond is of the same mindset, you know?
That's why
Yeah.
Craig's so skinny. That's all he does is calisthenics. Like he's not a big
Yeah.
dude. He's actually very small, but like very lean. You
Yeah.
know, he
Go do
just and
some
it's.
parkour 20 minutes a day. And I think
Oh yeah, I
with a
agree.
good amount of protein and water, stay hydrated, you're good to go. You'll be just
Hmm.
fine.
Get your aminos. You can fast if you want to cut a meal out. Fast until 12
Hmm.
o'clock. Like there's so many different ways to go about this. So
Hmm.
yeah.
There's no need to spend money. And matter of fact, just to counter the argument of it's expensive to eat raw. one thing that I've been doing like just the past couple of weeks, just because for some reason my body's been craving it. We had this discussion a little earlier, but you
Yep.
go to Taco Bell, right? And I will easily drop $30 on
On
myself,
yourself, no.
and I I feel like absolute shit afterwards, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my own
Mm-hmm.
fault. Sometimes you just want Taco Bell or something, right? But
Agreed.
what
I
I've
had
been
carrot cake
doing,
tonight, so.
oh yeah, what I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing is instead I'll cook up a New York steak, a couple 3 eggs, have myself a coffee with some guacamole to dip it in, boy dinner. And it's
Yeah.
so good. And I'm saving money. I'm saving a lot of money. The whole meal itself, and I get full. Matter of fact, I can't even finish it. Um, maybe $10, maybe $10 for that
Yeah.
meal. So I've effectively cut it in less than half per night, and
Agreed.
I've got food left over. So it's possible to eat healthy on a budget. And I know we're all struggling with just money in general nowadays, which is
I
one of
think,
the other
yeah.
reasons I am excited for this episode is because, we all are trying to save money one way or another.
And with that bond lifestyle, so
Hmm.
you've got to go hand in hand. All right. So, what are some of your favorite stores to find stuff at?
So out here, I'm going to be honest with you, Walmart is awesome lately.
Damn, I
They've
haven't been
got a
there. Okay.
Yeah, they've got a couple of things that have stuck out to me. I saw the Skyfall Enjoying Death button up. It was maybe like $18. I think it was
How's the
from the
quality
company.
versus Target though with that stuff? Like, how does it
Mm,
feel?
I would say the material is fine. The fit, I don't know. I didn't try it
Okay.
on. I think that's going to be a personal decision between whoever buys it. But
Hmm.
I mean, using that as an example, $18 for that shirt. I think it was a little less than $20. It
It's
was,
like 30 something at Walmart.
yeah. I mean,
Not Walmart, I'm sorry. At Target, my bad.
at
Sorry.
Target, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, it's the same vibe, it's the same pattern, it's the same button up. You put that on, and you're gonna be like, I'm feeling beach vibes. I feel like I need to go get wasted on whiskey in this shirt, and hopefully there's a scorpion nearby. Like that's just what we're going for, and that's the vibe it can bring for a cheap price. So Walmart, Target, like we mentioned, thrift stores. Sometimes you just find hidden gems.
Hmm.
Please wash the clothes if you go
Yeah, dude.
thrifting.
Seriously. Agreed.
And I honestly, I haven't found too many like full clothing items at thrift stores. Um, Another one is Amazon. I know we harped on Amazon uh, last episode, but
Sure, I'm wearing my
they
Dead North shorts right now.
Jed
Fucking
North shorts
comfortable.
from No
Yes,
Time to
dude.
Die.
Like,
Oh my gosh, those are my favorite shorts. I wear
hmm
them way too often. They're
same here,
so
dude. I'm sure
comfortable.
people are probably at the gym like, does this motherfucker have anything else to wear?
Yeah, right.
But I don't care. I like them.
And right there, and you can even go into my Instagram and you can see the exact No Time to Die post. That
Where
whole
did you
thing.
get your shirt? I'm
That's a
having a hard time finding like a good gray shirt.
it's a Target shirt, the Goodfellow Target T-shirt, seven
Damn, I'm
dollars.
wearing an Old Navy one, and it just gets like like they get really loose after you've worn them for a couple hours. Like they just don't
Yeah.
fit right on the arms, or they're kind of like puffing out around like your
Mm,
midsection. All right,
no,
so I
dude,
need to get one from Target.
the Goodfellow T-shirt,
Dude,
seven
Goodfellas the
dollars.
shit.
Yeah.
Goodfellow is the best, man. I love Goodfellow. Like I said, Target's my go-to spot. I mean, Target,
Hmm.
sometimes Old Navy, but Target, man, 100%. That's my spot to shop for Bond. Belks, actually. I think I sent you
Yeah.
one of the shirts from there,
Yeah.
right?
I just wore it a couple of days ago. It's so
It's
comfy.
right, exactly, and it's the Morocco shirt. It's
Hmm.
it's wild. Like It didn't have the buttons, right? Did it have
So
buttons?
his doesn't have the buttons. I actually took the buttons off mine just
Same.
because
Yes.
it doesn't button anyway. So it's like,
Yeah.
well, when you do button it, it looks stupid. So I just took them off. But yeah,
Yep.
totally. And I got a compliment that day while I was in line for coffee. It's like, whoa, you're all dressed up. I'm like, no, I'm just wearing clothes. It's just what I wear. And
Dressing
those little
down.
things, when I think that's the funnest part is when our efforts to just at minimum be presentable to the public
Mm-hmm.
and to, I don't want to say cosplay, but represent our hobbies and our likes and just the community in a
Well,
little way,
you just
little
want to look
nuggets.
good, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's about in the Bond community. Is just looking good and feeling good. When you dress nice, you feel good. Yeah.
And people take note of that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
People around you are going to notice when you present yourself in a certain way. And this is something maybe we could finish off on is, in my opinion, and I say this gently, but when I see somebody who is dressed to the nines in a Tom Ford suit, you have the watch, you have the shoes, you have the demeanor. It says things about you. Hopefully, you're carrying yourself in a way that embraces humility, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Those, if you're searching for those little nuggets of escapism, trying to show off is not the way to do so. And if you're looking
No.
for that kind of validation in real life, I don't think you're going to get the reaction that you actually want, unless you don't care. And in that case, then you do you. But for me, I'm looking to create those moments without knowing in the background that it was all superficial, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. It's all just
Yep.
on the outside.
Right.
And again, I want to preface James Bond himself, he acts the character Agent 007. Like
Right.
when he is in that spy mode, he is who he is. He is the relaxed, chill spy, and he knows it. But when he's home and when he's vulnerable or when he's with somebody he actually cares about, that, and they say it all the time. You've got your armor back on, Casino Royale. But I think she's
Yeah.
actually talking about like, oh nope, you're back in spy mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he's actually vulnerable, he doesn't give a shit about any of those things.
Nope.
He just wants people. He wants to be accepted and he wants to be loved. I think that's the whole overarching thing about James Bond is he's just
Well,
a
if you
scared
read the
kid.
books, yeah. When you read the books, you pick up on that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People need to read the books. That's really because like I'm making my way through Casino Royale right now, and yeah, it's like, dude, the guy's a hopeless romantic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is.
So
he
it's
just
just
wants
funny.
he just wants to be a family man, really.
Yep.
And none of the superficial things really matter to us.
Uh-oh.
Personifying that character, they do matter in a way, right? But what we're truly seeking is those little nuggets of escapism. And if you can
Mm-hmm.
find that in a discount watch or in a Target brand polo, sweet. Then in in my opinion, you're going about it the correct way. You're trying
Mm-hmm.
to you're trying to connect with the community who just loves the character, not the consumerism.
Brand and clothing and all that other crap. Just you know what I
Mhm.
mean? I just like I said, it's almost like a task to try and find like those little tropes, the shirts, the pants, the shoes, like whatever it is. It's just as fun trying to find that affordable version of it. It's like,
Yeah, treasure hunt.
yeah, exactly. You're just hunting for it. So, I mean, I don't know. I hope we got our point across on this episode. Maybe help
I
some
think
people
so.
out along the way. Yeah, um, I think we touched on some good things.
I agree. And I want to hear from everyone else as well.
Yeah,
Um,
comment, please.
Good or
We'd love to
bad,
hear it.
I want to hear it. If you agree, disagree, I want to know because I don't feel that we're alone in this.
Mm-mm.
I hope that we're not too off
I don't think
with
so.
our
I
logic
think
here.
most people are going to feel like we do. I've met a couple of the guys outside of the community, and they say the same thing.
Hmm.
So it's